We are with Representative Mary Helen Roberts with the 21st District. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Good afternoon.
It was a big day today. What happened?
This was a big day. This was the day that the House released its budget proposal, and we have put together, I think, a very positive plan. It adds up to $34.5 billion, but it takes such a positive step, particularly in the area of education. We need to be fully funding our K-12 system. We need to comply with the McCleary court decision, and this puts over $1 billion into the K-12 system to accomplish that goal.
And that is, in fact, more than what the Senate budget put into education. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. And we feel that we're also putting in real dollars. We're not taking them away from other parts of the education system, which was something that we were critical of, and that was included in the Senate budget. We also have released our capital budget. And a capital budget is where you're buying buildings and constructing new schoolrooms and things like that. It will be funded at the level of $3.6 billion. But I think one of the things that's exciting about that budget, if you want to get excited about buildings, but it also means jobs. It means it can generate as many as 45,000 jobs. And we are recovering from the Great Recession, but construction is one of the areas that was hit hard, and this should help that sector of our employment.
Okay, so going back to the McCleary decision, how is it different from the Senate budget?
Well, for one thing, we are not moving any money out of the capital budget to fund education. We are generating new revenue, and we are putting it into class size. We are doing more funding of all-day kindergarten, which is an extremely important step, particularly to help kids who might be struggling with their education. It also helps fund transportation. Those are some of the areas that were inadequately funded in the K-12 budget before. But I want to mention another area of education that we put in our budget, and that's early learning. And we've just got so much research now that shows that, particularly in that around 3- and 4-year-old age, that starting to understand more about language and being in a rich environment and having positive stimulation, learning how to sit still and listen to story time, those kinds of things really make a difference in a child's success in our schools. So we are putting more dollars into the state's pretty much an equivalent of Head Start, which is called ECAP, but we're also paying closer attention to the quality of our childcare, because childcare really needs to be more than just babysitting, make sure the child is safe. It also needs to be a stimulating educational experience. And so we're investing some important dollars there. And the other part about childcare I want to mention, we are trying to get more people into the workforce who might have been on our welfare system. You can't maintain a job if you don't have someplace for your child that you know is safe. And so for us to fund the program that's called Working Connections Childcare, I think is extremely important.
So you talked about the fact that this budget raises revenue. How does it do that?
We have, for a number of years, look back goes to the middle of the 90s, have given more and more tax preferences to different kinds of businesses or products or industries. And we have, in the preparation of our revenue package, taken a close look at all of those tax preferences. And I think it's 16 or 17, we have said we are either going to eliminate the preference or we are going to reduce the preference. And that should generate another, I think it was about $1.6 billion that we can put into our budget.
All right. And so do you have a message for people in the district now?
Well, I think spring is coming, and we hope that means that the session will be adjourning in probably 2 or 3 weeks. And I think if the people in the district have strong feelings about their education system, now is the time to pay attention to what we're doing. And if they want to communicate with me, I'm happy to hear from them. But also they need to let their senators know how they feel about this budget, because we need both the House and the Senate to pass the same budget before it becomes law.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
And thank you.
See you next time.
Thanks.